number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, where you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape.
Oh boy. Good morning, guys. I know I'm a little bit late.
It's on the late.
Jesus, what a night. I stayed up a little bit too late last night. I was watching Xylee. I didn't watch all of it. I petered out. There's no other way to put it. I just ran out of gas. But I was trying to watch Xylee's stream last night. I've got to finish watching it, but excuse me. But she was sharing her thoughts. She was sharing her thoughts on the whole situation with what she thought was going on, or her, her whatever. And then, sadly, what the hell? Where's this at? Okay, here. Okay. It kept kind of getting derailed a little bit. She got a lot of people in there with her. It started out with just her and Matt, and then Bo Blacks joined her. Then Paige Christie joined her. And then at some point, I'm not for sure, because I had to walk away and get ready for bed and what have you. At some point, both Keemstar and Tipster wound up in there as well. And then um, I think the cherry on top at the end there had to be beavers coming in. And then shortly after that is when I passed out went to bed. So I'm not for sure who else, if anybody else wound up in that last night. Um, uh, the stream is like 4.5 hours long. So I've got something to watch this morning after the show to kind of get caught up on everything. I tell you what, I'm really glad that Zali's back to live streaming because um, her streams are really a mecca um, for people to come in and um, have conversations and sometimes yell, and what have you. But there's always discourse that occurs, and it's there's been some over the last few months that there's been some pretty large bombshells that have been dropped on Zali's channel on her streams. So don't sleep on them. Don't make sure you're watching them. 100%. Uh, so I guess let's just get into it. I'm a little bit disheveled this morning. Because I'm just running late. But anyway. So for the married couples out there that watch, can any of you women relate to this? So it says, guy says, can't remember whether if I left the seat up on the toilet last night or not. And of course, his wife is, this is kind of one of those things, right? Um, when me and my wife got married, there's always, I'm a guy, right? And so, guys, 90% of our, our bodily functions, or whatever, require us probably having the seat up, right? And, when we kind of had this discussion, whatever, we got it hammered out a long time ago, right? And it was decided it was just as easy for her to lower the lid as it was for me to raise it. Oh, Orson's drinking Monster this morning. Oh, poor Orson, dude. I can't do. I tried them back several years ago, but my system couldn't handle it, man. And it wasn't this. It wasn't my. It's just my stomach. It just tore my stomach up, man. It was just horrible. So, um, anyway, I feel for you on that one, buddy. So, all right. So a couple of little good things here before I guess we get into the whatever. So
Are you surprised him with his gaming friend who he has never met?
What do you want? Come all this way so you can buy me a fucking beer. Someone said you were talking.
yeah, I wonder if because I've got a dear friend Tare. There's two guys that met up have they I guess they're gaming buddies or whatever, and they've never actually met face to face or whatever. And it doesn't really say how long. The article is 6 years. They've been gaming together for 6 years, but they'd never been able to meet up. And they finally got to meet. Well, I'll do you one better. Club Penguin. Probably so, Max. They probably do play Club Penguin. Let's see if there's anything in this article here
Are you surprised?
Jesus Christ, it wasn't an article, it's a damn TikToker. Let's see. Does it say here any of the comments or anything? No, it doesn't say anything about what game they are playing together. But I've got a buddy, Tare, and I know I've mentioned him before. And Tare and I have been playing video games together ever since probably around 2005, I think. We met during when WoW launched, the original, the vanilla WoW, right? And he and I have been playing together across many different games ever since then. So we've been playing. Let's see, almost 20 years. Is that right? 2005. Yeah, 2023. Yeah, so that's uh is that 17 years? 17 years we've been playing video games together and we've never met. Um we've done FaceTime a couple of times, here and there, whatever. And you know, Discord calls, and before Discord, of course, it was Ventrilo and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that it's going to work out. We were planning. My wife and I were planning on going up to see him, because he lives in Canada. We was planning on going up to see him. Uh, we started planning at the end of 2019 to go up in 2020. Well, then of course, you know what hit, and so that shut everything down, right? And I think they finally have gotten the borders open back up to where you can go into Canada now for, um, you know, just for travel. You don't have to be going on business or something. You just go up there for tourism, right? And so the wife and I are planning again, and so hopefully, come May of this year, we'll finally be able to go up there. Um, I might even try to do some what do you call it? IRL streaming, I guess is what they call it, you on your phone, whatever. Yeah, and try to do that. So, um, but I am looking forward to that. But I figure there'll be something like me and Terry. Of course, I'm sure I'll be the one that's squalling because I'm a softy. So anyway, on to the next one here. So this chap here, Brad Smith, who's the vice chair and president of Microsoft, put out a tweet uh, this morning, um, saying, "We have now signed a binding 10-year contract to bring Xbox games to Nintendo gamers. This is just part of our commitment to bring Xbox games and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms." Um, so the announcement here, this says Microsoft and Nintendo have now negotiated and signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players the same day as Xbox with full feature and content parity, so they can experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty. We're committed to providing long-term equal access to Call of Duty to other gaming platforms, bringing more choice to more players and more competition to the gaming market. So there you go. And Nicholas Diorio, right in there, shows it on the Switch. You know, uh, so I guess good for Switch players. Call of Duty is not one of those games that I play really. I tried a little bit, but just not my game. It was riddled with um, especially that was it Modern Warfare, right? the free one they have, the Battle Royale or whatever. It was just so riddled with cheaters and stuff that it was just not an enjoyable experience for me. And so I said, nah, I'm done with it. Um, so, uh, but anyway, I guess for YouTube players or for Twitch players, rather, I guess, uh, good for them, right? So let's get into this. The other day, I covered on here a video where a um, I guess YouTuber, TikToker, originally was on Vine, I believe, by the name of Brent Rivera. He's got like 25 million subs. And excuse me, he'd had a run in with this gentleman by the name of Tyler Oliveira. And they'd had a run in. We covered all that. We went into how, both of them were a little bit uh, douchey towards each other, but Brent 100%, just based off of what is, uh, because giving the devil his due or whatever. Uh, Tyler could have maybe chopped the video up a little bit, whatever. But when we looked at the TikTok video, quote, apology, that which I found kind of interesting in itself, was why he put this video, this apology, on his TikTok and not the YouTube, which is where all this played out, right? But he made this TikTok apology, right? And he just flat out blatantly lies throughout the entire thing, because there's just too much refutable evidence that shows that what he was saying was not factual. Okay. So that really swung the needle for me into the wrong direction, for Mr. Brent Rivera. So, Dumpy, which is where I originally became aware of this because Dumpy had made some videos on this. Dumpy started getting takedown notifications. One of his videos was actually taken down because of, quote, harassment. But then subsequently, I think it was 2 or 3 other videos had DMCA takedowns filed against him. Now, fortunately, YouTube looked at the videos, and for whatever reason, the YouTube gods were merciful with Dumpy. Said no, that this was fair use, and no, we're not taking it down. But it doesn't change the fact that either Brent Riviera or one of his teams, excuse me, members, was filing these claims. All right. Well, since all that happened, right, we've had, let's see, Cavos has, what the, come on. Yeah, here we go.
Right, apply.
All right. So let me get this over. So, of course, like I said, we covered it on our channel here. Tommy C covered it, had Dumpy on. Cavos covered it. Then last night, Keemstar covered it and had both Dumpy and Tyler, because I believe, if I remember correctly, Tyler even stated on there that Brent had tried to flag down some of his videos as well. Now, since those two things have occurred, Mudahar has made a video on this guy, and so has Most Critical, Charlie, right? So Charlie's video is setting at 1.8 million views. Mudahar's is at 221,000 views. Let's see where let's look at Cavos's right quick. Cavos is setting at 62,000 views. let's see here. Let's see. Let's look at Keemstar's. Keemstar show. Here we go. His is 7.8 thousand views. Dead on Dave, we covered it on Dead on Dave's show last night as well, right? And went over it. So, needless to say, this is getting a lot of coverage, right? Which is good, because here's the problem, right? When you file a DMCA complaint against another channel, right? One of the things that you as a YouTuber have to understand, that is a legal document that you're filling out and signing, right? And you're saying that this person has stolen your work, right? That they have taken it, they have not been transformative in any way, form, or fashion, and that it's it's theft. Now, you can't do this just because you've got your feelings hurt because somebody is critiquing how you handled a situation, or critiquing the way that you addressed something or said something, or something of that nature, right? You cannot just file a DMCA because your feelings got hurt, right? Now, that's the way it's supposed to be. Sadly, however, YouTube refuses to enforce their own policies, because the policy clearly states before you sign this that if you are in any way, right, lying, misleading, perjuring yourself in these statements that you're making, these claims against this other creator, that is terms for termination, right? That they can terminate your channel. And far too many times what happens is these larger channels, such as Brent Rivera, another person who did this in the past was Susie Liu. You know how much of a commotion that stirred. Quantum TV is another one. What was that other dude's name? I don't know. He's the one that struck Nerdy John, and I can't remember what his name was. Yeah, and most recently, I Show Speed. I Show Speed came out and confirmed that he was DMCAing people and taking them down as well, right? Because these larger YouTubers, they have money, and so for a small content creator that's doing doing especially commentary that's critiquing bad behavior, it's a legal process, right? And so you'd have to go to court, and you're talking about several tens of thousands of dollars worth of legal fees to fight this stuff in court. And most creators just don't have that kind of money laying around to hire a legal team. Now, granted, you can win when you countersue, right? You can countersue for your lawyer fees and all that, and get all that recouped, so you're not, quote, out any money. However, you're out of time, you're out of energy, and just it's an ordeal. It is 100% an ordeal, right? And so a lot of creators just say, I'll just take it and go on with it, right? Even though it's not right. And YouTube has this horrible tool in place called the Content ID. And what's horrible about it is there's an algorithm that goes out and says, hey, we found your content on this other channel, right? And we estimate that this is a certain percentage of the content that has been used, right? They give you an estimation out there, right? And so it is then up to you as the content creator to go out, look at the video, and see, is it just a straight re-upload, or is it somebody that has broken it up, done commentary, has talking over it, as you use it, right? And as you play the videos and you're breaking it up, right? If they're breaking it up, right? Because one of the rulings that the judge said, for example, and when H3 was going through his lawsuit, right, with Matt Haas, was the judge said that 100% of the video of a video could be used as long as, right, as long as it was being broken up and there was commentary throughout the entire thing. It was not just a complete, total, straight re-upload. Okay. Now, to my knowledge, there's never been a case that actually tested this ruling by the judge as far as 100% upload. But I can assure you, because I saw the videos that Dumpy was doing on Mr. Brent Rivera, and he was not, there was nowhere near 100%. He was taking, segments, a minute or two segments, something like that. And it was dispersed throughout a 15 or 20-minute video where he spent the vast majority of it talking and playing a video game, right? And it was just commentary over a video game, broken up by little smidgens of Brent's video here and there, right? And the whole reason why Brent did it was because, of course, it made him look bad. Anyway, but like I said, now the update here is that both, like I said, all these creators now have come out in opposition against Brent Rivera on this, right? Like I said, the biggest one so far that I know that's made one is Most Critical. Like I said, his video's over. His video, I think, it's at almost 2 million views. So, you know, maybe hopefully this will get Mr. Riviera to open his eyes and come to the realization that what he did was wrong. And just because he didn't like what these people were saying about him, maybe he needs to take a little bit closer look at himself and say, okay, I need to change my actions and behaviors. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see here. What else? Before I get into that, let's see, what is this here? So anyway, okay, we covered that. Close that out. All right. So I mentioned at the top of the stream. This is Zolly's stream from last night, and like I say, it's 4.5 hours long, and we're not watching it. Okay. But I do here. Let me do this here. I do want to recommend that find some time today to go out and watch it. Um, um, because, like I said, it started off pretty low key. It was just Zolly and Matt, and they were having a conversation, and then it started snowballing, right? And Bo Blacks joins in, and then Paige Christie joined in, and then Tipster and Keemstar joined in. And I'm not for sure exactly which order Tipster and Keemstar, joined in. But because, like I said, I had to take a little break to get ready for bed or whatever, and I came back in, was listening on my phone at that point, and Tipster and Keemstar were going at it. In the stream, and then, like I said, the cherry on top, final part that I listened to was when Beavers McWood joined in. But when it was all said and done, at FPS Diesel, I forgot FPS Diesel was in there too. So when it was all said and done, the good news is Zali and her team of sleuthsayers were able to get to the bottom of the art piece in question. And I don't want to rob views from Sally, so I'm not going to tell you the solution. You got to watch the stream for that. Okay. Now, when this was all put to bed, put to rest, as it were. No, I'm not going to just say it, Zali. I'm not going to rob you of views. The people are going to have to go watch your stream. I want you to get the views on this, right? Now, when this was all said and done, and what have you, they started then having a conversation between Tipster and Matt, because during all the heat of the, I guess, argument stuff throughout the day, Tipster got fed up with it, and he blocked Keemstar, and then he soft blocked Matt Pitt. So Matt, was Matt or who it was? Someone asked, could Matt, was he going to follow? Was Tipster going to follow Matt Pitt back? And Tipster said no. Now, this is a clip coming from Core. I haven't heard this clip. I did hear that little section of the stream last night, so I'm not for sure exactly what part I hope it's the right one where it's clipped, but anyway, here we go.
Shit. So, are you going to follow Matt Pitt again?
No.
Oh,
What the fuck did I do to you?
What did Matt do to you, dude?
No.
Bro, it was
That
literally on
bridge
Rum's
is
side.
gone.
Like, what the fuck?
It's over.
What did Matt do to you?
Yeah, and let's.
I
Um,
mean, he didn't listen. He didn't ask you to call him daddy.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, it seems like every chance he gets, he tries to drag me into some shit on his show.
How did I?
And I'm
what,
just like,
what did I drag you in? I didn't even ask you to come on our recording.
I don't know, dude. It just seems like every time I turn around, you're trying to connect me to something that you want to cover.
What
on
the
your
fuck
show,
are
and
you
I'm just not
talking about?
What do you
interested.
mean, bro? We were
I
literally
mean,
the ones.
you asked
we
me.
were the
you asked me
ones
for the reason,
providing.
I'm giving you the reason.
We were
Bro,
literally
we
the-
were running the fucking defense for Rum, bro. We were out there.
I'm sorry. I have to pause for a second on this. I know it's just a 2-minute thing, but I have to pause. Hearing Beavers in his prim and proper voice that he has, right? Saying, bro, it cracks me up. It does. For some reason, hearing him say, bro, because, that's kind of, to me, that's more of like, I guess, common language or slang language. And I just, in my conversations with Beavers, I have never, ever heard him. So I was like, okay. So to me, this was Beavers. I think Beavers actually was very passionate about at this point. I think Beavers was actually maybe a little bit upset, and he was letting his prim and proper education slide, and we were seeing street Beavers a little bit here. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Pushing the narrative
I
that
don't
he
know.
misclicked on something.
They were running deep.
I'm not talking about this particular situation though, but whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm just glad this stupid shit is over because this
Yes.
is the most retarded fucking thing ever. So I'm
It
out.
is
Peace.
over.
Yeah. Well.
And
This is a
cried.
fucking bitch.
Yeah.
God. Oh
What
my
a
God.
fucking pussy ass bitch, bro.
And now, and sitting there, listen to what, jeez, listen to Beavers. He goes ham, man.
Pussy ass bitch, bro. Keep your fucking follow, bro. It fucking swings. It's like it's fucking Edwin in the wind. Fucking, I'm your friend today. I'm not your friend tomorrow because you said something bad about me.
Like you can make. I mean, you can. Like, my point. All right, you could have made this argument. Like, yeah, sure, maybe like when I had Salvo on and I brought you on, maybe that was kind of fucked up. Yeah, I get that. Like, yeah, we were looking for a guest. A guest dropped out, and we were just and Salvo was like, "I'll be nice to Tipster this time." I promise. So I fucking brought him in. That was months ago, but I would understand if you made that point then. But now all of a sudden, like this happens, and we defended Rum in this situation because it was an accidental click. And now all of a sudden, like I'm trying to rope you into stuff when I didn't ask you to come on the stream because I knew you didn't want to come on, and you already said your points on Doc on the radio, so there's no point of you coming on. Like I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't get the logic there.
And let's not forget now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. Matt is still caught a block from Keem. He's still blocked by Keemstar. You know, he got unblocked, and Dave negotiated and got him unblocked for the quote unquote gay ops that he did against you, right? Got him unblocked, and I bet you it wasn't, Lord, it wasn't even 4 or 5 days, I think. He caught a block again, right? And I don't know, who was it? Was it? Yeah, last night when Keem called into Dave's show, he called Matt a shit stir, right? And Matt was taken aback by that. He's like, what? Listen, I'm going to speak frankly here for a second. This is for Matt. Because I know sometimes Matt actually tunes in. He listens to the show here every morning, but he says he has to put on 2x speed because I talk slow, right? And that's fine. Whatever. Do what you got to do to get through life. I understand this. Listen, Matt. From because I'm a shit stirrer. 100%. Bona fide, admit it, no problems. I own it. I own that thing. I own that title because I was told a long time ago, hey, if you're going to do something, you're going to be something, you by God be the best at it, right? And when I want to be, I am probably one of the best shit stirrers that are out there, right? But it is a very powerful weapon, and I only use it when I feel it's necessary. Matt, my friend, you are a shit stirrer. But you're low key about it, right? You're very overt about it. And I appreciate your game. I do. My game recognizes your game, buddy, and you're good, right? Now here's what I will say. The difference between Matt and myself, Matt doesn't initiate. He doesn't start it, right? But when he sees it, he 100% capitalizes on it. And I appreciate that too, right? I appreciate his hustle and I acknowledge it, right? So Matt, own that thing, man. No shame in that game. Own it and go on with it, right? Now, as far as Tipster, look, Tipster and I are friendly, and I like Tipster, but catching a Tipster block or whatever, it's any day that ends in Y, right? Tipster has these cycles where he's tough for a while, and he's a tough guy, and then he'll have these cycles where people commit him, and he turtles, and he either goes off of Twitter, deactivates for a while, or what have you. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. I understand. Sometimes, this can all become overwhelming, and it can get too much for you. I get that, or whatever, right? And I can even understand him coming to the defense of Rum on this, right? I mean, she's a friend, and he came charging in, and I myself have to watch myself because I will go charging in with both barrels and defend friends and try to come to the rescue. But one of the things that I've learned especially, it took a while in some cases, right? But I guess I've been fortunate enough because I've got such a strong woman as a wife. I learned back a couple of decades ago, actually, women don't need to be saved. They don't. Women are capable of saving themselves, especially if they're strong, independent women. They don't want you coming in on your shiny steed and puffing your chest out and defending them. They want to be able to just do it themselves. And that is one thing. That's one thing that my wife taught me. So here's the deal. Was this a deal where, that maybe he should have wait and let Rum defend herself? Maybe. From what I've seen, Rum seems to be a very capable young lady of defending herself and what have you. And from what I've seen from watching her conversation with Matt and them on that podcast that they did about the situation, she didn't even know that she had clicked like on it. It was an inadvertent like. And then it turns out that it's a nothing burger. There was some people who took a opportunity, as they do, because they're shit stirrers too, to stir the shit, to stir the pot, and that's what they did. And that's what and they got the reactions that they were looking for or wanting. That's what shit stirrers do, Some are just very, and I'm not saying that it was this case in this because I don't know these people, right? So I don't know if this was, what do you call it, malicious, right? It could have been non-malicious. Just could have been something. Oh, let's do this and get some conversations going, and that's whatever. I don't know. I don't know the people. It doesn't really care. But sometimes it's better to just kind of sit back and wait and not just go storming in, is what I'll say, right? Patience is a virtue, they say. And while I did not have it in my younger days, I do in my older days simply because I just can't move so damn fast anymore. So patience was kind of thrusted upon me, I guess you could say. Oh, me. Anyway. So listen, I hope, honestly and truthfully, because I know, I think Matt likes Tipster. I think he's fond of Tipster, and I think that this has, for whatever reason, I think Tipster has kind of. I think he's unfollowed everybody on the now recording podcast. I think he's kind of said, bid them all adieu, as it were. Hopefully Tipster will kind of calm down and it'll all, this water will go under the bridge and things. But if it don't, hey, it don't. It's okay too, It is what it is, right? So, you was never followed. But you know what, Max? Here's the thing, buddy. You've had my follow for how long? And that's really, honestly, the only thing that matters. The Peepaw follow, it should be the most coveted follow, I think, out there. But I could be a little biased on that. I don't know. So, anyway. And I see our resident shit stir, Knit, is right in there with Tipster was right to do that. They're all snakes. Well, you know what? Maybe they are. Well, Knit, maybe they are. Maybe they are all snakes. But that's okay too, because snakes have their place, my friend. They have a purpose and a duty too. So I'm tweeting it. How's that for you? Stir that pot. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. There are very few people online that, when it's all said and done, that I give two rips about their how do I put this? I have acquaintances that are online, and I am friendly towards them because I have no ill will. I don't really have ill will towards anybody, and I'm friendly towards them, but they're not in my Rolodex. You know what I'm saying? They're not somebody that I talk to every day. There's very few people that meet that with, you know. But again, maybe I'm a little bit different. I've been told that my thoughts are kind of like an old school way of doing things, you know, and that, you know, people are a whole lot more, I guess, online friendships are a little bit, you know. And I said, and that's fine. More power to you guys. Keep having those type of relationships, because you know what? When that shit goes south and that cheese slides off that cracker, I'll be right here to talk about it and laugh about it. How about that? So y'all keep doing you, and you keep doing your little relationships and all the other kind of hogwash that you guys do. That's fine. Because people, I'll be right here, and if I find it, if I think it's worthy, I'll get in there and I'll spread a little chili powder on there, and I'll get it to stirring, and I'll get it spiced up and get it going. So, because that's what I do. You know, I'm not evil about it. I think evil. If I was evil about it, I would hide what I do, right? I would, you know, be covert about it, but I'm not. I'm above board. This is who I am. This is what I do, right? I troll when I feel like trolling and want to have a little fun. I stir the shit when I feel like it needs stirring, because it's, you know, this is a prime opportunity to stir and get things going a little bit. And I laugh at myself and I laugh at other people. I mean, for crying out loud, if you guys think I take myself serious, do you think I would ever put out that video of me dancing around to Barry White? Nah, come on. No, you're being overt because you know we'd expect you to be covert. I'm Machiavellian. No, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm about as easy of a book to read as you'll ever get. I mean, I'm like grade school level easy to read. I'm talking just the big ass letters in the book. You know, C spot run. That's me. I'm real easy. I got the moves. Well, of course I got the moves, Beaver Man. Shit, I never didn't say I didn't have moves. I said I just don't take myself too damn serious about stuff, because I know the number one rule that a lot of people have forgotten on this platform. We're here to entertain. We're here to make you guys laugh and have fun. Hopefully make your guys' days a little bit better. That's what I try to do. You know, so that's just what he wants us to think. Possibly so. You may be right. There may be more layers to this onion. Kind of like, what's his name? Shrek, right? Onions, lots of layers, right? So, anyway. Listen, guys, in all seriousness, tonight, I honestly, I don't know what Dave has got planned. He says a guest host. So I don't know what he's got up his sleeves, but I, for one, am very excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, come on now, D-Max, quit using the big words. So I have Schroeder's feelings, people. I live in a state of trusting and not believing. Oh, come on now, Max. You can trust me. Look into my soft, gentle blue eyes. Do these eyes look like the eyes that would hurt you? I don't think so. Not at all. Weird color guy. I see such a calm, soft, kind demeanor. It has the heart of darkness and shit stirring. I see you. Soft gentle eyes. Oh, come on now, guys. Listen, my heart is not dark. It's twisted at times, but it's not dark. And all I will say is this. When the chips are down, you definitely want people in your corner. That's all I'll say. You definitely want me in your corner. Eyes of a serial killer. Jeez, you guys are turning on me this morning. Such vitriol. So, but anyway, like I said, I don't know what Dave's got planned for tonight. He's got me in the dark on that one. I'm looking forward to it. So make sure, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be at 7 this evening. Irrespective, make sure you're watching his Twitter. my Twitter for the updates on that. Definitely go check out the Now Recording podcast. That's where you would, if you want to kind of, if you kind of want to follow the tipster whole thing, if you guys want more on that, and if you want all the little I's dotted and all the little T's crossed, not just like a brief overview, which is what I've kind of done this morning. What you want to do is you want to start off with watching the Now Recording podcast. Matt and those boys do a real good job over there, and they have Rum on, and they go through it and they explain everything and what have you. That's a really good starting point. Then I guess you could go to the Keemstar show towards the tail end of it. Keemstar starts, Tipster calls in there, and Keemstar does what Keemstar does. Now there's a troll. If you guys want to see a master troll, I present to you one Mr. Keemstar. He is a master troll, and I tip my hat to him. But he gets into it, and he starts, where Tipster bounces out of there. He, drops call, blocks Keemstar, and whatever. And then of course that gives Keemstar more fuel for his fire. Keemstar calls in to Dave's show last night. Probably, I'm going to think it was sometime after the first hour. But anyway, he goes again on his little tirade or whatever. Goes after Zolly for whatever reason. I'm still not for sure about that. Goes after Zolly, just gives her a good cussing for no reason. I didn't see where Zolly did anything. And then he winds up, and then follow up, watch Zolly stream. It's 4.5 hours, guys. Zolly don't stream for 4.5 hours and nothing happened. Okay. She's not just there reading to you guys, War and Peace. I'm telling you, she had War and Peace on her show last night. There was yelling. There was gnashing of teeth. It was just, and then you heard Beavers in the end calling Tipster, well, a pussy. So, and he dropped his prim and proper saying, brah, like, we got street beavers last night. How much more? I'm telling you, go check out the stream. So anyway, go check out, like I say, check out those streams. There was a lot of content that was put out. Watch Dave's stream, watch Zolly's stream, watch Keemstar's stream, watch the Now Recording podcast. Guys, if you're not there's a lot of content and a lot of, and if you guys are trying to keep track of all these story arcs and stuff, it's a full-time job. I'm getting to the point where I may have to actually get like a pen and paper out and start taking notes, because some of these people are starting to get some chapters, and I don't know if my old foggy brain anymore can keep track of this stuff like it used to. But anyway, listen, I thank you for hanging out with me this evening. This morning, I got to wrap it up. Look forward to seeing you guys tonight, over on Dead on Dave. Go check out those podcasts. Chris Narc, I know he did a stream last night over Brent Rivera. Go check out that. I've got to watch that as well. But go, the other guys I mentioned, Cabos, Mutahar, Most Critical. Go check out their streams that they did. Some of the points that they make on this Brent Rivera as well. I don't think that is necessarily a dead subject yet. Something tells me that Brent is going to do something stupid. He's not going to wise up. He doesn't strike me as being exactly the sharpest tack in the old box. And something tells me that he's going to do something stupid again. And it's just going to give us more stuff to talk about. So anyway, listen, have a great day. And I will see you guys here tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern Standard. And I will see you tonight, hopefully, over on Dead on Dave. And until then, guys, remember to keep your powder dry. And I will see you in the funny papers.